with salmonella within their body for all their life. But clearly, myself, for example, I had to take antibiotics for a series of way for several times, and then eventually the salmonella and the tifo becomes becomes resistant and it doesn't go away, right? So very big problems are clean water in some of these places, and it can affect both your IQ and it can affect as well your mental health. So just kind of this aspect. But going back to the Amen Clinic, which I contacted, and then I bring it back to Web3, is they do this scan, right? Expensive scan. They asked me $5,000 to do this scan, and they can understand from this scan. The doctor went through more than 80,000 people, and what I found out that many of these people that had were struggling with mental health symptoms and so on and so on, they had a through some sort of experience, a traumatic experience, and they were having PTSD effects. Part of their brain was actually injured, right? So there were physical lesions that showed that this person was struggling with their mental health, but that we didn't, we were just guessing. So these kind of maps and images, they were able to reveal the fact that it was a physical impairment happened through this series of events, and it could be like hitting something, like hitting your head or so on, or a heavy or chronic stress. That especially if you go through this in childhood, the critical times of development, then it stays with you for the rest of your life. In fact, this study shows that 80% of people that have gone through some sort of child trauma, they tended to develop cardiovascular disease or as well as cancer in the later years after 60 years old through a really thorough longitudinal study. So I was interested in having my brain scanned and learn a little bit more if I could see some of the potential repercussions that child trauma has has occur on a person, and how would that work. So they go through then a series of rehabilitation process that it will help to have part of the brain kind of recover or try to regenerate, and that would definitely entail not having sustained stress on a regular basis and having a support system, which is one of this one number two of the top indicators of you maintaining a good health, which Eric also mentioned that. So really cool. I contacted Alada DAO. I don't know if you're familiar with that project.